And one night, this boy, he was more constrained. He was not allowed to play cards. All of those things that you normally would like to do. And so I considered that because he went to college, or he went after school, high school. He and a chum of his drove to another town, namely Elkhart, and took dance lessons so they could go out and meet some girls. Well, I was brought up on a dance floor, so I loved to dance. And this one night, he moved to Kalamazoo, and there was in the family an older cousin. And he wanted to learn to dance too. So they took dance lessons, but they didn't dare go in Kalamazoo. It was full of too many Dutch people. He was the ostracized. So they drove to Battle Creek, and lo and behold, I lived in Battle Creek. And I had 2 girlfriends, and every week on Friday night, we went to this young people's dance. So we were going in the door, and ahead of us was these 2 fellows. And the one, well, he just rushed in that door, didn't pay any attention to anybody else, but the second one stood back and held the door for us girls. And I took one look at him, and I thought, oh my goodness, I hope he asked me to dance. So we went in, and the music started playing, but he didn't come and ask me to dance. And I sat there all evening long, and he didn't come near until the last dance. In the last dance, he came over, and in that one dance, we made more time. And the next night, I was living with an older couple, and there was a knock on the door, and it was Gerrit. And the lady said, well, invite them in. So I did, the 2 boys, because Gerrit did not have a car. He depended on his cousin. And so the 2 boys came in, and we played Chinese checkers. Does anybody remember?
Yeah.
Chinese checkers. Yeah. Well, the checkerboard got upset, and we were all down on the floor scrambling for marbles. Well, they soon left, and I thought, I'll never see him again. But the next night, here they come. I got to visit with him more, and I learned more about his religion and how he spent his time. And it really impressed me. I really went for that. So from that night on, we were together most of the time. And we went together for 2 years before we got married. And I was married in November 1940. And one of the families that I joined had a brand new baby boy. And my husband and I, we were married by then. We went to visit this family, and this happened to be, I'm trying to think of their first name. Well, anyway, the baby boy was born in 1939, a year before I was visiting the family. Well, I took to that baby boy, and I held him on my lap, and I would teach him nursery rhymes, and he loved that. Every time that we went to that home, he would come running, and he wanted to do patty
cake.
Whack, is it patty whack?
Yep.
And so I put him up on my lap, and I would teach him a new verse. And the only difference between that little boy and myself is that I have grown older. But he still likes to play paddywhack. And that little boy, he still gets me what I want. All the time.
Is that you, Ray?
It's
that
right.
you, Ray?
Raymond. Oh,
You've known him his whole life. You've known him his whole life.
yes. Oh, yes. I held him on my lap.
Let's see that again.
Hey, did you change his diaper too?
Count it, Paul.
Anyway, whenever I need something, who do I call? I call Raymond.
Yeah. Tell us again. I know what the name of the song is, but what was the favorite song of you and Gerrit? They sang it at his funeral.
Waltzing across Texas.
Yeah. You know, when I go up to Michelle's and run the wall, guys are playing up there, I always request that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them guys.
Oh, I love those guys up there.
I admire
what's it, Waltzing Across Texas?
Waltz Across Texas.
Waltz Across Texas. Pull it up on and play it. It's just a great song. It's a love song. They sang it when we went to the funeral of Gerrit, and Helen asked the worker that would go in and sing or whatever when you were in hospice care or whatever.
It was our favorite dance.
Yeah. And she had her guitar and she sang it at the funeral. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love that song.
Oh,
I know it. Well, it's got a memory related to it.
right. And
All right. That's great.
but
What?
I had so much respect for
Raymond? Well, for
No.
Gerrit too.
Gerrit.
Yeah.
And for what he stood for. And I have learned the more that I am with his family, I'm convinced, I'm in the right place.
Amen to that.
Yeah.